17 weeks down in Magic City Jai-Alai's 2020 season, and to no one's surprise, the reigning champion, number 13, Douglas, continues to distance himself from the rest of the competition in the singles championship standings. The Wonder Boy started slow out of the gates once again, but turned it around in dramatic fashion, displaying unmatched power, consistency, and shot making for a massive 12-win week. With Ron out all week nursing an injury, Douglas has now opened up a 25-game advantage over second place, a seemingly insurmountable lead. Holding on to the final bonus slot in third place is still Bueno. Number 22 fed off the positive momentum generated from his standout performance last week to capture an additional 5 victories in Week 17. At 60 total wins, Bueno has some slight breathing room with 10 games separating himself and the 2 players tied for 4th place, Ikeda and Tennessee. Number 23 started off blistering hot and full of energy, but then slowly faded as the week came to an end. Tennessee, on the other hand, followed almost the opposite trajectory, finding his groove later in the week to keep pace with the top of the leaderboard. Both players are locked at 50 wins and will need to continue gathering wins in a hurry if they have hopes of grabbing any of the final bonus money at the season's end. Looking beyond the top contenders, our honorary mention goes to number 4, Bradley. The former high hurdler for the Canes proved his potential in Jai-Alai is limitless as he dazzled all week long with his jaw-dropping combination of uncanny power, ridiculous defensive skills, and freakish athleticism. In the end, Bradley finished with 8 singles wins, making the biggest jump up the leaderboard of anybody on the roster. After a performance like this, it's safe to say that the dogs have officially been let loose and we'll be hearing a lot of barking into the final months of the 2020 season. And yet again, out of all the tremendous singles action in Week 17, the Golden Cesta was clinched by Douglas. Although number 13 struggled to find his footing early on, you can never quite count him out because of his ability to dominate a game at any instant. He did just that over the weekend, settling into a comfortable rhythm with all facets of the game and claiming victory after victory in a seemingly effortless manner. This is starting to become a weekly occurrence for this young star who has now taken 4 of the last 5 Golden Cestas. Now well ahead of the pack at 97 victories, a few more performances like this one will all but secure a second singles title for the Wonder Boy, who is certainly playing up to the lofty nickname. Magic City continued with its bonus period of doubles play this past week. While the results of the games don't count towards the Doubles Championship Series, the consistency and communication in doubles play is starting to exceed what was seen in the first tournament. Douglas and Lamonte best exhibited these characteristics, making a powerful statement that they are not only finding their groove at the right time, but they're also not going to back down to any team looking to capture their glory in the future. In arguably their best performance since the first doubles tournament, Douglas and Lamonte totaled a roster leading 4 wins in just 9 appearances. Jedin and Ben were the only other team to capture more than 1 victory, finally showing signs of being that formidable duo that many expected them to be. Conversely, the sweetheart pairing of Bueno and Tennessee struggled to close out their games, finding the win column just once throughout the doubles action. And we'd be remiss if we didn't mention the standout play exhibited by the pairing of Diaz and Bradley. Having never played together before, these two surprisingly clicked on all cylinders from the first serve, winning 1 game and finishing in the money in 4 others. Magic City should be starting up with the second tournament of the Doubles Championship in the near future, so stay tuned for the highly anticipated reveal of those new pairings coming very soon. Shout out to this week's fantasy winners, Announcer Pete and Stewie's High Five. These teams will each receive a Magic City Jai-Alai t-shirt as well as a share of the $150 cash prize for their stellar performance in Week 17. Watch our weekly fantasy review on our Instagram page at Jai-Alai Channel for more details on Announcer Pete and Stewie's High Five winning Week 17 lineup. Each week is a new chance to earn points for your fantasy team, so you can always come back to your team or join the league at any time. And remember, the cash prize of $150 sponsored by Magic City Jai-Alai will remain unlocked as long as there are 150 active league members. But that's not all. If we surpass 200 active members, Magic City has agreed to increase the prize money to $200, and it will remain unlocked at that value. Visit fantasyjai-alai.com to join the league for free, draft your own fantasy team, and start winning. This week's Rebote play goes to number 13, Douglas. The defending singles and doubles champion usually puts his opponents in defense mode, but the tables were turned here in this point against Bueno. Bueno played a low running backhand to the inside that took a dead bounce off the back wall and looked like a sure winner. Number 13 had little margin for error as he not only dug out the rebote but also painted the line to score. The great ones have a knack for turning the impossible into the remarkable, and this save was just another example of why he is such a special talent in the sport of highlight. Feast your eyes on the pure power, finesse, and accuracy, all showcased by Magic City's Wonder Boy in this Rebote Play of the Week.
Fires it back to the inside, not inside enough. Bueno got it handily on the left side. Douglas, outside placement of the Costado Rebote, scores from the ground. Beautifully thrown.